morning, everyone. Welcome to Delta Entertainment. I am your host, Lincoln Kenobi. And before we get started, guys, please hit that like button and please subscribe to my channel. Would appreciate that very, very much. All right, let's get into this. Here we go. All right. James Gunn denies Superman is woke. Points to anti-American sentiment as reason for overseas box office struggles. First off, the movie's not woke. And he's right about one part. It is not woke. It isn't, because I saw the movie twice. It wasn't woke. However, they do focus a bit of politics, because they used Superman's origin story to coming down from Krypton, that was a dying planet, that made him a refugee, putting him as an immigrant. That's a bit political. But I'm going to get the argument now that people are saying, but Superman is a political thing. Fine. You want to go with that? That's totally fine, but I don't like it. I don't have to like it. I love James Gunn's movies and what he's done, but for him to do this movie wasn't the right move. To him, writing it and directing was not the right choice. It wasn't the right choice. But he did promise that every DC project that's going to be out from now is going to have a different tone of things. Now, we already had a glimpse of Supergirl, how she's going to act and everything, calling Superman a bitch. That was not right. Now, they're going to tell me, people are going to be telling me, because I've already had this argument on my last article that I talked about Superman. They're going to be telling me, bro, it's a different universe, man. It works. You want to go with that? You want to go with that theory? That's totally fine. But nowadays, Hollywood has been throwing identity politics and political nonsense into our fantasies, into our movies, look what happened to Marvel. Look what happened to Star Wars. Look what happened to Indiana Jones. Look what happened to National Treasures, man. Look what happened to Willow. Even. Tomb Raider. They've been trying to put all this nonsense into our games, into our movies, into our shows, into our cartoons, animated shows, into books. Come on, man. Those are a way of escaping reality. I don't want to watch a movie that is driven by politics. I don't want to do that, man. I wanted to like this movie. I wanted to like it. I like the acting. The acting was good. But it's just that I don't know, man. But that's my part, I'm going to say. But let's read this. Let's take a read of this article. And I do have some pieces here that we could discuss about. All right, here we go. In a candid interview with Rolling Stone, James Gunn, the director behind the DC Universe reboot and the newly released Superman, has attributed the film's softer than expected international performance to rising anti-American sentiment worldwide. The movie, which stars David Corenswet as the titular hero, has soared domestically but struggled to capture the same enthusiasm abroad, sparking debates about geopolitics, cultural icons, and Hollywood's global appeal. The thing is, bro, we may had, now I will say this, we may add an audience score of 92% on the top score, but the all audience, and I will show it right here, in the all audience score, it went up to 89%. It went up to 89%. But I give it a good praise. I give it that. The movie's got a bit of promise, but I just did not like the direction they were going at. I just did not like the direction they were going. It has promise, but it has flaws. But it wasn't the worst movie. I just did not like it. like the direction they were going with. But I will say this, and I will say that, and I will say this. There's been a lot of issues going on with this movie, man. There's been a lot of things going on. I mean, James Gunn claiming that all the countries hate America, bro. They don't hate America. It's just that they don't like what James Gunn was putting the direction into, man. He used this movie to be political because of immigrants. He targeted immigrants and he used it and everything. I mean, you could ask Sean Gunn. You know, we got a piece right here about Sean Gunn of what he said about us Americans. You know, so let's continue. So you know that the budget, they saying that the budget was 225, not including the marketing, but another word talked about that this was targeted for 350 million. That was the budget. But even if that was not the case, 225 plus another 250 for the marketing, that was like almost 500. It needs at least almost 700 to 800 to break even at the box. To break even for it to be successful. James Gunn himself, he does not care if it doesn't get up to 700. He doesn't care, which is being stupid. But that's on him, bro. Now, it's like I said, dude. I mean, he's had a lot of issues with this. And he believes that this movie is good. And that, I don't know, man. I'm just getting sick and tired. I really am tired of this. I'm really tired of talking about Superman, bro, because it's just becoming way too much, bro. But look, I will put it like this. If this movie was that successful, bro, you see domestic, it made 236 million right up here. But on the international, it made 173 million. Why is that? Because not a lot of people in international did not like how this movie performed. It didn't. I mean, you got Superman fans that are that love the character of who he is. Now, we had Richard Donner's version of how they messaged Kal-El, what he needs to do. We had Bryan Singer. We had Zack Snyder's Man of Steel movie, how Jor-El messaged Kal-El of what he needs to be doing. But of course, in this new DCU Superman movie, Jor-El and Lara, they made a totally different message. But people are going to tell me it's a different universe. It's a totally different universe. Just let it be. Let it go. Look, like I said, dude, James Gunn's in charge of the DCU. I'll go with that for now. But I'm not liking how this movie played out. I don't like how this movie played out. That's my opinion. So if you guys don't like my opinion, then the hell with you guys. But I'm not criticizing you guys if you like the movie. If you like the movie, that's good for you guys. That is good for you. I'm not going to judge you guys. I will never judge you guys. I will never judge anybody, dude. It is your opinion. You have the right to make an opinion if you like this movie or not. I mean, let's look at the international box office wise. Let's look deeper into it. So, you got the United Kingdom soaring over 20 million. Mexico over 15. Brazil, Australia, France, China, India, Spain. Right here. Here are the actual numbers. Total for the box office. As of now. As of yesterday. Australia made 11 million. Brazil, 11 million. China made 8 million. Croatia made 291,000. The Czech Republic made 421,000. Finland, almost 470. France, a little over 800. Greece, India, Italy, you name it. Look at all these countries. Look at all these countries. It took them that long because they were stuck at 95 million for quite a while, man. They were stuck for it for a while. But finally, now we got results from it. But still, this movie made less money internationally than domestic. Now, to be honest, is that a good thing for domestic? Yeah, it's a good thing for domestic. I can call that. Go with that. But the problem is, man, I mean, if this movie was so good, Bo, this movie would have been soaring out there, Bo. International would have been soaring, skyrocketing, bro. It would have skyrocketed that first weekend against Jurassic World Rebirth. It would have been skyrocketing. But it didn't. It took that long. It took that long to get to 400 million. Do I think it's going to get to 600 to 700 million? Doubtful. I mean, I would have feel sorry that it did not make the money. I wanted it to be good, but the way they were targeting it and they were going for, people were not liking it, man. Not a lot of people were not liking this movie, man. I mean, not the only one that did not like this, you know? You can look at other people's reviews. So let's do this. I mean, even Dean Cain did not like the movie, man. Dean Cain did not like it. Now, here's Sean Gunn's remarks. So, Sean Gunn was on Monday's premiere date of Superman coming out, and you had Mark Malkin from Variety going out to people like James Gunn, Nathan Fillion, and Sean Gunn. James and Nathan, they did not want to fall for it. They did not want to fall for the trap. But of course, Sean Gunn, becoming a dummy, he fell for it. And this is what he said right here. And here's his quote. Yes, Superman is an immigrant. And yes, the people that we support in this country are immigrants. And if you don't like that, you're not American. Now, what he's referring to immigrants is illegals. Illegals. So the thing is this, Bo. This movie was almost referring to illegal immigrants that come into our United States illegally. From the year of 2021 to 2024, illegal immigrants were coming into our country, Bo. And people like Sean Gunn supported that. He supported it. So, I mean, it's like, come on, dude. Why are we putting politics now into this movie? Why? That's why a lot of people did not enjoy this movie. That's why I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it much because of this political nonsense, bro. But it's like I said, dude. I mean, if James Gunn would have focused on saving the world and action and adventure against Mongol, Mitsumitsik, Dark Side, let's just put Dark Side, fighting Bizarro, Metallo maybe, who else, man, Livewire, Parasite, any one of the Superman villains, bro. I think this movie would have been better. I think this movie would have been better if they went with that instead of doing what they did. Because we've seen too many Lex Luthors, man. We've seen already Gene Hackman's Luthor. We've seen Kevin Spacey's Luthor. We've seen Jesse Eisenberg's Luthor. I like Nicholas Hoult. He played a good Luthor. He played a real good Luthor. But come on, man. Are we going to be getting only Luthor? I mean, what if the next movie has Luthor again? Can we try to get can we get another one? Can we get a better villain than Luthor? Because we already seen what Luthor can do, bro. But it's like I said, dude. James Gunn wants to try to blame the International for being anti-American, bro. If that was the case, let's take one other movie for example. And I'm going to find it right here. Where is it? See, look. The Batman grossed $722 million in 2022. And international people loved the movie. You know, total. 722 worldwide. Then you have another one. Let's look. Where is that movie? Where is this movie? This one movie. Top Gun Maverick. Here's Top Gun Maverick. Top Gun Maverick. Few films in recent memory have been more overtly American. Fighter jets, military heroism, and heroic piloting. Maverick define the odds for the red, white, and blue. And yet it soared nearly $782 million internationally, contributing to 1.5. I mean, come on, dude. And the movie didn't even represent the American way. It represented the human way. And I get that they were trying to focus on his humanity, and that's fine. And they used Ma and Pa Kent's humanity to raising Clark of who he should have been, who he decides who he needs to be. Not listening to his biological parents, but still. Like I said, dude. It's like I said before, man. I mean, I will always respect Richard Donner's Superman, bro. I will always respect that. But this, like I said, dude, I like James Gunn's work, but having him to doing this movie and to try to focus a bit on politics, bro, that's not the right thing to go, man. That's not the right way to go with this movie, man. That's not the right direction. But it's like I said, dude. That is my opinion. It's my opinion on this movie. But you have the right to make your own opinion. If you love this movie, good for you guys. But I don't. I didn't like it, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So that's going to be my my video for the day. So I will be sending this link out there. And I will also be sending the link of the numbers in the box office so you guys can see the numbers yourselves on that, bro. So please, by all means, share this video, post a comment below, let me know your thoughts. And as always, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for being part of the channel. And I hope to see you guys until next time. Bye, everyone.